2 of the Bandwagon, back in action. Vlad here. And we also got my partner E-Dubs back with me.
Back with you.
And just going to go over a few things today with you guys. I actually got a chance to interview with Robert Dawson, up-and-coming MMA fighter. So we're just going to go ahead and check out that interview. Hey, it's Vlad here from the Bandwagon. Sorry my partner Eric couldn't be here today. He's not feeling too well. But I'm here interviewing Mr. Robert Dawson, MMA fighter, up-and-coming. And right now his record's 8-3 in the MMA. I'm just going to ask you a few questions. That's good with you today, Robert?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
All right. So first off, how'd you get into MMA?
I really came from Muay Thai, kickboxing, obviously. I started there first. It was always my passion. I love striking.
Okay.
You know, so I started there. I trained at the academy for a little bit. And then I migrated over to Stephen Wright. He actually trains here. Trained Muay Thai at the Watt. That's in New York. I'm actually going to be going back down there in a few months.
Okay.
I've trained with, Sergio Cunha over at Fight Factory. Been there for like a year, so that's a really, really good base because he did teach all of MMA, but I just love striking, and MMA is a great sport and something that I wanted to be a part of because I've always wanted to be a champion.
True. Don't we all gotta love to get those victories? So you said you started off Muay Thai?
Yep, Muay Thai kickboxing.
Okay. So Muay Thai kickboxing. So which one do you prefer? MMA?
I
Muay
love
Thai?
striking more than anything, but there's more money in MMA.
Okay.
But if I can go fight without being taken to the ground, that's a beautiful fight because I just, I love striking. I love being able to have my distance and throw my knees and my elbows.
Okay, that's cool. So you prefer the striking and the
I love striking.
kicking. That's cool.
Striking overall.
Okay. All right. So got a question about fighters or whatnot. So if, let's say, is there anybody that you would prefer to fight? Or is there any fears or whatnot?
There's no fears because I train a lot of wrestling as well as jiu-jitsu, so I work well off my back and I'm able to get back to my feet. Okay. So there's no fear of fighting any style, but I prefer a fight that the fans want to see.
That's good.
I would love to fight where, I love to fight boxers or even other strikers like myself simply because it's an opportunity to, show the different combinations, different angles, and it's more exciting with two guys who are throwing punches and knees rather than two guys going for takedowns.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's exciting. And then my style is very flashy and exciting, because I like the flying knees, I like kicks, I like to do different things.
The
to make
action, yeah.
Exactly. So
the fans want to see the action.
Yes.
So when's going to be your next fight?
We're looking at June.
June? Okay.
We're debating if we want to do MMA or Muay Thai again. So I'm kind of on the fence right now, but I'm definitely going to be fighting again in June.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to fighting MMA, what's like your main goals and what's your motivation? You plan on going to the UFC or?
The UFC is definitely somewhere that would be nice to go, simply because that's where all the best are. Period.
True.
But I definitely want to be next level. Now, if it happens to be UFC, that's great. If not, there's there's Strike Force.
Okay. There's
M1 Global. So there's other organizations as well, but UFC should be every fighter's main goal. So
I want to ask you, so who do you look up to in MMA or UFC? Is there anybody that you, before you started, was just like, who's your favorite fighters?
My favorite fighters are Shogun Rua, Wanderlei Silva, BJ Penn. Those are my favorite fighters, but one of the guys that I actually look up to is a training partner of mine, Travis Redinger.
Okay.
He's fighting out of Fight Factory, and he just, now he's the next level. So I want to say congratulations to Travis, and I'm very proud of him. But I look up to him because he's a professional.
Okay.
He always conducts himself in and out of the gym as a professional fighter. He's very skilled. He's an extremely good striker. I love sparring with him because he's fast, and he always, he has a certain command about himself when he strikes, and he goes about it the right way. And if you ever watch him, he does things the right way, and most importantly, he's a champion.
That's good. Sounds like good competition right there.
Whenever you're a champion, you have to look up to somebody who's great.
Yeah, it's good to train with someone like that. Sounds like it'd be good competition to train with, learn stuff from, and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I've definitely learned some things over the last year.
Oh, that's good. So all right. So got one more question for you. before we close this off, definitely appreciate you meeting with us for this interview. And
definitely.
whatnot. So I just had a question about the up-and-coming fighters that we have. Did you have any advice for anyone that's thinking about coming into MMA or planning on something
I
like
would
that?
definitely, suggest take it serious. It's not something to attract the ladies. It's not something to sound cool. A lot of us take it very seriously, and if you're not mentally and physically prepared, you can get hurt. It's not a walk in the park. So if you're serious about MMA, definitely go for it. It's a rising sport. It's fun. It's beautiful, but it's a lot of hard work. So it's gonna take your dedication, commitment, and basically just being at the gym as much as possible to get better, because it's an ever evolving sport.
Okay. Appreciate the information today. So again, we got Vlad here with Robert Dawson. You can definitely check this out on check this interview out on collidingpictures.com. We'll have that up soon for everyone to watch and whatnot. And thanks for watching.
Thanks again to Vlad for going to Doc's Gym and doing the interview. Wish I could have been there, but next time I will be.
Cool.
So the next topic will be football.
Football. The NFL draft, right?
NFL draft is within about 3 weeks away. I'm ready for NFL draft. I want to see some new players come out, and
True.
I'm not too knowledgeable about everybody that's coming out, just because it's fear of lockout and just sick because Minnesota picked 12th. Cool. And it was one pick away from being like 6th, 7th in the pick, and we could have got a way better person. But right now, I think we need quarterback, and we have 4 quarterbacks out there that may go first round.
4
quarterbacks, and we're the 12th team, or my team, Minnesota, is the 12th team. So I'm not too sure if there's teams in front of them or teams in front of Minnesota that would pick quarterbacks.
Take a quarterback?
What teams do you think may take a quarterback?
Okay, yeah. So what teams do I think might take a quarterback? Let's see. I got the list right here. First round. Let's see who we got. Got Carolina. Got the number 1 pick overall.
You think they'll get a quarterback number 1 pick?
For quarterbacks, I don't think they're going to grab a quarterback. They got Mr. Clausen, so they might pass on the quarterback, and I believe they need a running back more than they need a quarterback, especially with D'Angelo. Right. Their running backs always getting injured. So we got Denver number 2. Pass on quarterbacks for that. Let's see. Skim down Buffalo, Cincinnati. Number 5, Arizona. So, that's probably going to be the first team that takes a quarterback. I would have to say they can definitely use one, especially after losing, what's his name, Kurt Warner. After Kurt Warner left, they've just been downhill. It's been crazy.
Leinert's not there. And
Leinart.
Yeah, it's some other person. That's how deep they went into quarterbacks. I'm not too sure that he started a few games last year. I think Arizona will be a good team to pick a quarterback. I don't think like Cam Newton will be picked at that particular spot, because it's 1 or 2 quarterbacks that I think that will go in front of him.
Which 2?
Yeah. Blaine Gabbert. I think he's the first quarterback projected on the board.
Okay.
And then Mullet. I think he might be drafted before him.
You think? Sorry, not trying to cut you off. You think both of those guys are better than Cam Newton?
It ain't about being better. It is not about being better. I hope I don't ruffle any feathers here. I think just personally, my perspective is that a lot of GMs do not want to make the face their franchise a hip hop rap guy that sag their pants and listen to hip hop.
Hip hop rap.
That's just my perception right there. You got Jamarcus Russell come out and ruin the perception of of black guys. I'm gonna be honest about it. You have Vince Young, a little schizophrenic, but you got the running, scrambling quarterbacks. And they just get, and I'm just gonna say it. You got Michael Vick killing dogs. So I don't think
they've been messing it up for the black quarterbacks out there, man.
Yeah,
it's tough.
You had guys like Randall Cunningham and Warren Moon paved the way for quarterbacks. So then you got the other ones, the ones that's gonna tear it up for even dudes like Cam Newton.
That's true.
Like that comment that Moon made about Cam Newton.
What comment was that?
Talking about how a lot of teams don't want to pick him because the perception that he gives off, his attitude and his cockiness and his swagger, that a lot of teams, just is not going to pick him. And he said that there's a lot of racist teams out here, or racist owners of teams that won't give him a chance. So, do you think Warren Moon is like messing it up for Cam Newton?
Man, I read that article. I also read that article about the comments that he made towards Cam Newton when he's Cam Newton's mentor. So he really should be trying to help him out as much as possible instead of putting out crazy comments like that. I mean, bringing negative stuff. I mean, this guy's trying to get drafted as high as possible. I mean, it's just crazy.
I think it needed to be said because, I mean, if that's the truth, that's the truth, and just put it out there, I guess. And you just can't hide or not mention it because you feel like you're not going to get drafted. They're going to draft you or not if you're a good enough quarterback. Granted, your past may have put you in a position you're in at this point with the things you did and the things he did. And so I think he just got to bounce back and show people that he's not who they think he is. That he is.
Just show that he could just come in the game and be a top-notch quarterback,
Yeah, I could just dream about him on the Vikings right now. Put him in the backfield with AP, man. Put Percy Harvin back there.
On the Vikings.
Be pretty scary, man.
Man, you and these Vikings. We got Madden 12 as the next headline.
Okay, I'm going to just say it like this. Madden 12. I have Madden 11.
Me too.
I don't play it. It's just too hard. I mean, the game is too hard. You got to be like sitting at home 12 hours a day. You start the game and you got to pick a play. It takes 25 seconds to pick a play. It takes another 10 seconds to audible out. You got to trick the other person you're playing so they can't see your plays. By the time you get to it, you start to play.
The play clock's out. What system?
You get like 10
penalties
just for just the clock. I mean, so I don't think it's a fun game. It's a little bit harder. You can't float the ball. There's just a lot of less. It's not for amateurs. You got to be a professional game player to play that.
True. I mean, if you're a rookie getting on the Madden, you better, if you want to win, you better play another rookie. Because the high techness has just switched up a lot from the past Maddens.
Man, I remember the Dreamcast. That used to be.
It's so advanced
Randy Moss
right now.
and Culpepper on the Dreamcast. That used to be the game. But I don't know. They need to bring some features back because the features that they have on 2011 is not that good. What features do they have on 2012?
Features for 2012, man. I was looking up a few articles this morning actually for some new features on Madden 2012. You guys not gonna believe the features that I saw. Is crazy. The first feature that they coming with is what's it called? Surprise onside kicking. What's so funny, man?
It's not gonna bring me to the game.
You never been playing Madden and be like, man, I wish I can do a freaking surprise onside kick one time.
No,
you never did that. I've done that before online.
Surprise onside kick.
I've tried to, but it don't really surprise anybody because they just audible and it's
okay.
that it's done.
Yeah, that's not gonna bring me back to the game. But what else they got?
They got this new feature called tuner sets. When I read that, I was like, what the heck is that? It was they basically said tuner sets is basically for anybody who plays Madden. A lot of games, these new games that they come out with, sometimes there'll be different flaws or whatnot, glitches or stuff freezing and whatnot, like in 2K, NBA 2K11. In the end of the season, if you play in the My Player League, a lot of people had a problem with glitches. It just freeze up. So the tuner sets is basically, they said it's going to make it a lot quicker for them to basically patch up the flaws or whatnot. And that's about it. That's the only two features that I've seen so far. And I was like, I'm pretty sure they can come out. Madden, I know you guys can come out with some better features than that. Come on, man.
Directly to Madden.
Mr. Madden, please. Bring us some better features than surprise onside kicking, please.
I think it might be a little bit early still. It's April 3rd, so hopefully June, July. I mean, the lockout might be affecting Madden too, so you never know.
No, they said even if there is a lockout, they said they're coming out with the Madden.
So they just
if you can't watch it, you can still play it. It's coming in August. But as for Madden, let's speak a little bit more on that before we move on to the next subject. So what did you like about the Madden 11? You said you don't really play it.
What I like about the Madden 11, I like Madden 10 better, just because it gave me more options with. It's just like every year they do something different, so you're learning the game over and over again. If you have same features, maybe added a feature or added a button to it, it'll be a lot easier. But I just don't got enough time in my day to sit there and figure out how to playbook in the game, and so it just, I don't know. It's just not fast. Like I hate that it don't got the turbo button.
Yeah, true.
Like you got
that.
Adrian Peterson getting chased down by a 300-pound lineman.
Michael Vick too. So, caught a few times because I hit my turbo button. I'm like, what the heck?
So if they added that, I mean, that'd be mostly appreciated.
Yes, man. If you're watching, bring back that turbo button, buddy. So next topic we got here is the Twins. Twins opener was Friday, right?
Friday against
they played against the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays.
How'd they do?
They got beat. It doesn't matter. We get beat. We get beat for first half of the season, but we're gonna come back and.
What was the score?
It was a 13-3.
13-3.
13-3. Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh man. Sorry to hear that, Twins. Let's just move on to the next subject.
No. See, this is what people don't understand. Twins, they always start this way. They start slow. I don't even think they was at home. They was on the road.
Okay.
So when they come back home, they'll be at their new stadium. They have fan support. And then they just need to establish their players. They need to get Morneau back in there. They need to get Maurer back in there. They need to find out what they got in the rookie they just got. And so once all these pieces come into place, I think, okay, we're going to see a couple 13-3s. But like last year, they was one of the most winning teams in baseball.
Yeah. You think they got that dusty in the offseason that they opener come back and get beat 13-3?
Pitchers back. Pitchers coming back. So it's just a matter of time and just the start of the season. We just can't expect it. They might be a little bit salty about the about the playoffs and getting swept in the playoffs after winning all them games, but
they were doing great. They were doing great today. So they lost. They were doing pretty good. I thought they was gonna make it. Thought I was gonna see them in the championships last year.
I know better than that. It's a dream, but I don't think their team is built right now for playoff wins. I don't know. Don't ask me why they haven't won a playoff series in the since when 10 years.
I forget what year that was.
10 years,
11 years ago.
So I mean, it's been a long time, and they just got to figure out how to play because they got players, but they can win all the seasons all the games in the season, but when they get to playoffs, they freeze, especially to New York. So
that's true. But I mean, they still got most of the same players as they did last year, so. Well, I'm pretty sure we'll see them have another good run. Hopefully we'll see them make it a little farther than they did last year. What you think?
They'll be in the championships. Today is April 3rd, 2011. You heard it first here.
Sounds like an April Fool's joke to me right there.
I just wanted to make myself believe it so everybody else believe it.
Good luck to the Twins. I mean, I'd definitely like to see you guys make it, especially living here in Minnesota.
Would you really want?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't really watch too much baseball. I'm more of a basketball, football fan, but if I'm going to pick a baseball team, since I live in Minnesota, which bandwagon you think I'm going to have to jump on?
Hey, jump on the bandwagon, man.
The Twins bandwagon.
Don't jump on when we start winning, man. No, shut up.
All right. So thank you guys for tuning in. Episode 2 of the Bandwagon. I hope you enjoyed.